Think about a massive oak or a towering redwood. They can't move to find water, they can't run from a storm, and they can't hunt for resources. Yet they survive in the harshest environments and grow for centuries. Their endurance comes down to their internal architecture, specifically their tissues. A tissue is a group of cells that share a common origin and are specialized to perform a specific function. This diagram organizes plant survival by dividing all tissues into two distinct categories based on one single trait, the ability to divide. On one side are the meristematic, or dividing tissues. On the other are the permanent, or specialized tissues. The transition from these actively dividing cells into specialized stationary roles is the mechanical basis of a plant's entire structure. These are meristematic tissues, the construction crew of the plant. These actively dividing cells undergo repeated division to form the building blocks for new organs. This diagram shows their unique physical traits. These cells are tightly packed with no intercellular spaces. They contain dense protoplasm and a disproportionately large nucleus to manage constant division. Notice the red X. Unlike most plant cells, their vacuoles are either tiny or missing entirely. Their location dictates how the plant grows. Apical meristems are found at the tips of shoots and roots. As these cells divide at the apex, they drive primary growth, increasing the plant's overall height and root depth. Lateral meristems, like the vascular cambium found between the xylem and phloem, sit on the sides of stems and roots. Their division causes secondary growth, increasing the girth or diameter of woody plants. In monocots like grasses, intercalary meristems are found at the base of nodes. These allow the segments of the stalk to stretch and help branches develop around the node region. Without these meristems, a plant would remain a static seed. They are the engine of all physical expansion. Eventually, these dividing cells differentiate and lose their power to divide. They graduate into permanent tissues, locking into a definite shape, size, and function. This comparison shows their mature characteristics. Permanent cells can be living or dead, and thin or thick-walled. In living cells, the nucleus is often pushed to the very edge by a large central vacuole. These cells form three major tissue systems: the epidermal system on the outside, the ground system making up the bulk of the interior, and the vascular system for transport. The epidermal system is the plant's outer shield. It's typically a single layer of closely packed cells providing a protective covering for the roots, stems, and leaves. This incredible macro shot shows specialized epidermal features, like the tiny stomata pores used for essential gas exchange and transpiration. The epidermis also secretes a waxy cuticle to prevent leaves from drying out and grows unicellular root hairs to absorb water from the soil. Much like human skin, the epidermis serves as the vital boundary between the plant's internal systems and the outside world. The ground tissue system is made of simple permanent tissues, which consist of only one type of cell. There are three main types: Parenchyma, Collenchyma, and Sclerenchyma. This diagram shows Parenchyma, the most common type. These are living, thin-walled cells with visible spaces between them. They are found throughout the plant, primarily focused on synthesizing and storing food. Parenchyma can be specialized. Chlorenchyma contains chloroplasts for photosynthesis, while Aerenchyma, seen on the right, creates large air spaces that help aquatic plants float. Collenchyma cells are living and elongated, with cell walls thickened at the corners by pectin. This reinforcement provides the mechanical strength and flexibility you see here, allowing stems to bend in the wind without snapping. Sclerenchyma is the plant's heavy armor. These cells are dead, closely packed, and have rigid walls thickened with lignin. Their sole function is to provide permanent mechanical strength. These cells come in two forms: long, tapering fibers found in materials like jute, and irregular, gritty Sclereids, which give fruit pulp its characteristic crunch. These simple tissues dictate whether a plant part is soft, flexible, or rigid, solving the plant's mechanical and storage needs. For transport, plants use complex permanent tissues. These are groups of different cell types working together as a single unit called a vascular bundle. Xylem is the upward transport system. As shown in this cutaway, it consists of hollow, dead cells like tapered tracheids and continuous vessels. Together, they conduct water and minerals from the roots to the leaves. This graphic identifies the woody interior of a tree as secondary xylem. This tissue is formed by the cork cambium during secondary growth, resulting in either soft coniferous wood or hard angiospermic wood. Phloem is the living transport system. It uses narrow sieve tubes and specialized companion cells to move dissolved food substances both upwards and downwards throughout the entire plant body. Together, xylem and phloem form a continuous internal highway, ensuring roots receive sugar from the leaves and leaves receive water from the earth. When you look at an ancient tree, you are looking at more than a static object. You are seeing a highly organized biological metropolis. Meristems are constantly pushing the physical boundaries. Simple tissues provide the architecture and storage. Complex tissues pump resources across hundreds of feet of vertical distance. This survival isn't a result of luck. It is the result of a coordinated cellular division of labor. Let's put your cellular knowledge to the test with today's biology challenge. When you bite into a crunchy pear, which specific type of Sclerenchyma cell is responsible for that signature gritty texture? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you want to keep exploring the hidden mechanics of the natural world, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more.